So mentally you were on the back foot coming out of that race in Switzerland, and going into Chattanooga you're going head to head with Sam Long and Lionel, and we've all seen them race. They don't give up easily. What were you thinking?
So going into Chattanooga, against Sam Long and Lionel Sanders, like those guys are absolute beasts. And how our race plan was going to plan out, we're both probably going to swim, or all three of us are, we're all going to swim relatively close together from looking at previous races. Like Lionel had a really good swim in the Collins Cup, so I thought I'll probably be with him. I don't think I was going to get ahead of him because he took his swimming up to another level. Sam Long only lost 2 minutes at the World 70.3s. It was very unlikely that I was going to be ahead of him, and to be honest, I even thought there was a possibility if I didn't have a good swim that I'd be behind them after the swim. So I thought we'd probably in all likelihood be out the swim together, which in a way is really good because then it enabled us to work really hard on the bike together, and it meant that there was a lot of horsepower that could be bridging up to the lead group. But at the same time, I also knew that we could be running together, and those two are probably two of the most mentally strong triathletes in the whole game. I mean, Sam Long, he's been in quite a few battles, and I think he's very strong mentally. And Lionel Sanders, but yeah, like everyone who follows Lionel or seen how he races, he's an absolute pit bull. He don't give up, and it's like once he gets his teeth into you, he's just going to keep going and going. And it would take a very special performance to beat Lionel if you have a head-to-head with him. He's one of the most mentally strong athletes I think in the world. Across endurance sports. So I wanted to get a gap on the bike, but I also wanted to get to the front. So we kind of said to each other, let's just hit it hard at the start of the bike. We come out the swim, let's just go for it. It'll be us three, and that's it, we're away. We can catch the lead group and then try and get rid of them. Like Cody Beals and Ben Hoffman were in the lead group. They were two very strong athletes as well, and two of the other guys who I thought were some of the favourites for the race. Like Cody's won it before. Ben Hoffman, I got in a massive battle with him before COVID hit us in 2019, where he ran a 2:36 marathon, and I had to do a 2:39 in Florida to just hold him off. Like he was catching me the whole time. He got me down to 2 minutes, and I got it. I think it even went down to 1.5 minutes. So I know what he's like. If you're close to him, starting to run, you're going to have to run the race of your life to hold him off. He's a beast, and because he hadn't raced a lot, I didn't know what kind of form he was in. He could have been in. A lot of people have had massive breakthroughs in COVID. And I thought he could be one of them. He could be racing at a huge level now. So he was kind of a bit unknown, and he scared me. I didn't want to run with him. So I knew I had to dislodge him somehow. Sam was always keen to do that. He's a tough racer. We hit it hard at the start, out of transition. Lionel didn't come with us. He said, I've seen what he spoke to him after the race, and he said he's planning on holding steady watts just because he wants to do a solid race and bank a Kona spot, which is all well and good for him. To be honest, I'm really pleased that he has got a Kona spot because he was in a massive pickle this year with qualifying for Kona and stuff, and I missed not watching him in 70.3 Worlds in St George because I think he could have had an absolute cracker, and it would have been really exciting to see him there. So I'm actually really pleased he's got his spot, and I'm looking forward to hopefully doing some training with him in the build up to St George this year and watching him race at 70.3 Worlds later on in the year. But anyway, me and Sam hit it hard. We didn't know what he was doing at this time during the race, so we've managed to bridge across the lead group after 15 minutes. And then at that point it was just a case of trying to drop them, but not wasting loads of time trying to drop them, that we let everyone back in the race by sitting up and not going fast enough. So it was kind of a bit tactical. But long story short, we managed to drop them towards the end of the first lap, which was about 90 k's in. This course is a bit long. It's 186 kilometres, so bear that in mind with the splits when you see them. But anyway, managed to drop them. Then me and Sam were working hard. We're doing 7 to 10 minute turns on the front. Obviously, when you're not working on the front, you're keeping it about 12 metres, but it just helps having someone else set the pace. You can concentrate on food, nutrition, and all that kind of stuff, and not have to worry about it. And you get a bit of a watt saving, probably like 10, 15 watts, maybe from sitting 12 metres. So we knew if we kept it at a decent pace, we could get a good gap on the others and hopefully run better because we'd saved a bit of energy. Anyway, 20 kilometres to go. I hit a big bump in the road, and I didn't know that Shimano does this, but it thought I had a crash, so it did some kind of preserving thing, which for the rear mech. But I found myself unable to change gears and stuck in my biggest gear, a 60-11, not ideal, and it was absolutely horrific. But I had to go on the front then because I had to keep the pace fairly high so I could actually spin the damn thing, because it was so hard to turn it. And I thought, if Sam goes on the front and he slows it down at any point and then attacks me or accelerates, I'm not going to be able to go with him because I just can't turn the gear. So I sat on the front. Luckily for me, Sam went through a bad patch at that point, and I managed to get a bit of a buffer, and I think I got into transition about 20 seconds ahead of him, which was great because it could have gone the other way and I could have lost a minute, and I thought, God, this is going to be hard. I've got to catch a minute onto Sam. So went through transition, got a bit of a buffer going into transition, got a bit of buffer in transition as well, so I came out and I think I was about a minute ahead of him coming out of transition. 50 seconds maybe, something like that, 50 seconds to a minute. But 5 miles in, he's almost caught me. I could hear him behind me, and I thought, God, this is going to be like Switzerland again. I'm going to be stuck in a huge battle with Sam. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. This is going to be tough. I didn't know if I'd be able to beat him. I just lost to bloody Jan van Berkel 3 weeks before. I thought, I can't go through that again and get beaten in a head-to-head. I didn't bother looking around. I knew I heard him, and I know he was there. But I thought, I'm just going to go at my own pace, and he'll catch me any minute. And I thought, I just got to brace myself. Just got to literally run my own pace and take it as it comes when he catches me, and then just get ready for a battle. And then, luckily for me, he just faded, and he started going backwards again. And then I was getting some time splits. Laura was there again. She gave me some time splits, and next thing I know, I've got 4 minutes on Sam and 8 minutes on the others. And then it was just a case of holding my own pace, keeping it together, and luckily I managed to get the win by 8 or 9 minutes. And congratulations to Sam for all the help on the bike and for giving it a go after St George. Unlucky, mate. Like, you deserved a good race there, but if you were going to pick one race to do well in, 70.3 Wells the week before was the one to do it, and second place at 25 is a hell of a result, so you should be pleased with that. Take that as a massive confidence boost. And well done to Lionel. You're a beast, mate. Glad you got your Kona spot and all that sorted. And Ben Hoffman, he's qualified as well, so well done to everyone. It's been an awesome end to the year, racing the Collins Cup, Switzerland and Chattanooga all within a month, and then an altitude training camp. Really exciting. I've absolutely loved it. Like, it could have gone really bad with COVID and races getting cancelled, but it's been, Kona obviously getting cancelled can put a bit of a downer onto things, but I've really enjoyed myself. Thanks for all the support. Like, I've had loads, especially after Chattanooga where I managed to get the win. You guys have been amazing. I've seen all the messages, everyone. If I haven't replied to them, it's just because there's been so many. It's just so hard to do, but I have read them, and I really do appreciate it all. And for everyone following my journey, and we're hopefully going to get some more YouTube videos out. Like Tyler, who does these videos, is keen to do some more. So stay tuned. We're going to follow my progress to St George in May, and there should be some more coming. I hope I haven't bored the tits off you too much with my constant talking. And if you have stayed this far, then I hope that's filled you in how everything's gone for me. And look forward to some more training videos in the future. I won't just be sat on a sofa chatting to the camera. But anyway, that's an update. Catch you later, and I hope you found this interesting.